We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard, and I wonder where you are.
So continuing my series of gameplay ideas / wishlist videos for Saints Row 5, I wanted to talk about another idea I had. So currently my ideas were designed to extend the length of the game by making the gangs behave more dynamically. They could take over enemy territories, minor gangs would be able to become larger threats, the gangs would be able to rebuild themselves after being eliminated, and they could become a threat to the player again, and so on. But this idea is, what happens when you finally complete the game? You've done the story, you've done the activities, you've done the Saints book stuff if that returns. You've basically, your gameplay completion is like 95% or above. It's one of you guys basically. So if you've completed the game 95% or above and you can't find anything else to do, usually people just go and create a new character. So they just restart the game, start from fresh, and play the game all over again, right? But I think what Saints Row needs is something called New Game Plus. Now this feature has been in many games before, many other games, not Saints Row itself, but many other franchises. Like in the games I can say off the top of my head, Driver San Francisco, Borderlands, and The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt that have New Game Plus. And usually they slightly differ based on the game as well, because some games have player levels, some games don't have player levels, but they have like, you can bring over your cars you had, whatever. Like, if you don't know what New Game Plus is basically you restart the game with the current character that you completed the game with, but you get to keep basically your player level, all your abilities, and your unlockables, and like some other stuff like clothes or vehicles or whatever. Like basically anything that is tied to your character, it would move on. Sometimes some games don't let you move everything over, like you say if there's certain unlockables that need to be like a progression thing and you have to always unlock it, then they might take that away from you, but usually unlockables do transfer. So what kind of New Game Plus should be implemented onto Saints Row 5? I was thinking something similar to Borderlands' True Vault Hunter mode. And basically what happens in True Vault Hunter mode for Borderlands is you restart the game with your Vault Hunter, right? It brings all your upgrades and guns and whatever, but you basically play the game at like fighting enemies that are pretty much max rank or at least level 50 or above, and these guys are usually much harder. They're much harder, and usually they also introduce even harder enemies. Like in Borderlands 3, the anointed enemies are much more frequent, and but from playing this you do get stronger weapons and more cash. So Saints Row 5 could basically have this version of New Game Plus where you restart your character with all your upgrades, but the enemies are harder, they have more health, they are more aggressive. It would be like playing the game on like a 4th difficulty, which could be twice or even 3 times harder than hardcore, which is Saints Row's current hardest difficulty. And to make this mode, I guess, worthwhile for people to play, it could have exclusive content to this mode, like special vehicles, clothing, homies, crazier activities dialed up to 11, or even special guns that could do more damage or just do crazier shit. Some could have special effects, like if the airstrike gun were to return, it could drop twice as many explosives raining down onto the streets, or it could be upgraded to have really crazy explosion radius. Or if you guys remember the special effects on your guns, like explosive bullets or lightning bullets, that would all be moved over to NG+. So on normal story mode you wouldn't have these special effects, but if you play on New Game Plus you'd get explosive bullets for that I believe it's the 50 cal pistol, I forgot what it's called, but I remember there is a gun that has explosive bullets, and another one that has lightning bullets, and there's also like an SMG that has like viral damage or something. I think that was in Saints Row 4 only though. Maybe the third? No, it's actually Saints Row 4 exclusive. But there are guns that have these really crazy special effects, and you would find these special effects like in this New Game Plus mode basically. So you would get this you'd be able to have like two versions of the game. So say normal story mode is more like Saints Row 2's, it's a bit more grounded, it's wacky but not Saints Row the Third crazy, and it plays like you'd expect, like something Saints Row 2 was like. And then you move over to New Game Plus and everything's kind of dialed up to 11. It's more like Saints Row the Third. You got crazy weapons, you got enemies that are much harder, they have like super cool guns and stuff like that. It also kinda solved the whole Saints Row 5 should be like Saints Row 2 and the Third. So you could like mix the two games by making them like separate modes basically. So normal mode would be more like Saints Row 2, a bit more grounded, and Saints Row the Third would be, I mean, New Game Plus would be closer to Saints Row the Third, where it has crazier weapons and it's a bit more wacky and stuff like that. So that is my idea for New Game Plus. Definitely, you know, comment below what else should be added to a New Game Plus mode if this were added, because remember, this is an idea I've had and not something that's actually coming to Saints Row 5. I could be wrong and it actually is coming to Saints Row 5. That would be cool, and that I would love that game so much. But yeah, if you did like this video and want to see more, because I'm gonna keep making these videos. I don't know how many of these videos, but I will be making more. So if you like it, if you like this video, hit that like button. If you didn't like this video and would like me to improve on it, hit the dislike button, but also comment, because hitting the dislike button really doesn't help unless you're gonna tell me how to get better at it. So yeah, dislike and comment if you didn't like the video and want me to improve. If you want to see more of my videos, definitely subscribe, because I will be making more videos. And I guess that is it for this video. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!
We are